Hey, Nino, can I have a couple minutes with you
Yep.
guys?
Yep.
'Cause this is something I want to talk to you guys about as far as like the penal code stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I want some food. I need some donuts.
Working on Flippy's appeal for those 34 documents, but I think there's questions of how to go about it as far as timing, since this is still kind of in progress with the contention.
I would
But
say wait. I can't give you a strategy because we don't know what the timing's going to be with the penal stuff, and maybe it's just waiting. Just have it ready and you could probably get a summary judgment removal.
yeah, that's what I was planning, because based on what the governor's response is, I think there's enough there, plus with some extra reasoning of there's literally no backing or precedence regarding documents or any classified documents in general.
Yep.
But I don't know how that would affect it in regards to the timing of the changes here.
How much time do you have, Michael?
3 hours, 2.5.
Okay. All right. Let's keep this short. 10 minutes, and then we're gonna dip because I need to make sure we get all the penal code stuff done today.
Yeah,
and me and Michael are gonna need a lot of time for that. All right. All right. Anything else, Tony?
There's that, and I don't know what you feel about the aiding and abetting stuff, because
The aiding and abetting thing is absolutely fucking cooked. What did Gates say?
It would be similar to how she would push it, but she did tell me that parole technically doesn't exist. So I'm kind of like all over the board with that, because I talked to her about it. She said she would push something similar in regards to that bench trial.
Wait, what?
I could have taken.
She agreed?
Yeah. She kind of agreed with it.
Agrees with who?
Falconer's direction on it.
I don't believe that.
From what I understood yesterday was what she told me. Sure.
Yep.
How you doing?
But I don't know. There's certain key facts after writing those notes up where I kind of like felt like if something seems off about having to punish somebody when at the time of the crime it wasn't officially determined.
There was no due process. There was no there was no they were not wanted. You cannot just be like, you're wanted now while you're running after them. It's so, listen, it's retarded. Sorry, it's because
I shouldn't stop that myself.
Otherwise you could just start saying, Tony, you're under arrest. And I go, hey, Tony, get in the vehicle. Now I'm aiding and abetting.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
It feels very easy to set the standard that they need an active and arrest warrant, which would at least require a check through their command structure, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's it's this constant game we keep playing with the DOJ, because I call it a game where we're writing things are being written in law, and it's, I don't know. I don't want to look. It's so annoying that I don't even want to talk about it, because so let's I'd say appeal it is the best way to go about it. Begin. There's no good way to put it because it's so ridiculous. It makes me feel like the entire, like it's almost like intentional. And if it's not intentional, man, we desperately, even more desperately need someone just keeping things in line because the rule of law is important for society to work. And, you know, if we're just interpreting things that are written consistently in bad faith or due to lack of education, it's impossible for us to make progress in the city. It undermines the entire institute known as the Department of Justice, right?
The issue is, and like this is the way I see it internally, the issue is everything gets interpreted in the way to make things more easily accessible for the PD. Judges are there to protect citizens' rights, not to facilitate easier arrests for the police department.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue. And it's everything that happens. Every single thing that happens. Like if I mention,
look at aiding and abetting. It says if you're aiding someone that's wanted, it's in plain English, and we have the precedential case law, like the actual case backing it, and now it's being utilized in a bench trial to say, hey, your parole is broken, and in a pursuit, and hey, now they're wanted magically. Now the word wanted is not even, like, now we have to define what wanted is, right? Like, what the fuck? If you can't even, like, if you're, like, it's insane. It's insanity. And the only thing I can say is we're dealing, and what are you supposed to do there? Like, do we, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how anyone's a lawyer in this, seeing shit like this. It's pointless. There is no, it's worse than spinning a wheel. It's, I don't know. It's cooked.
If everything's constantly going to be interpreted in a way that allows it to be easier for the PD to do nefarious shit, then we're in trouble, right?
I agree. I agree with that. But even was it even that being the case in this one? I don't know. I feel like it's worse than that with this one. This is like, was this guy drunk? Like, I don't get it. I don't.
I think it trickles down though, which makes it really bad. I had a major issue yesterday with there's an appeal on the docket. Leon Edwards, I think he's a member of Cyprus. He was getting charged with gang-related shooting. He was found downed in an area and on radio with other people who'd been involved in gang-related shooting. They charged him with this. The issue was his injuries sustained were argued to be falling damage, right? He hadn't been involved in any violence. He had no gun and he was GSR negative, right? So it all tilted on the terminology engages within gang-related shooting and whether or not, you could argue he engaged.
Wait, you don't hear it?
The appeal. I denied a motion for summary judgment, and then the PD, after this man had served his time in jail and paid his fine, declined to prosecute. And then it was BCSO, melted down in the combined meeting yesterday in front of everyone, basically saying the DOJ is fucking incompetent and can't do their jobs. We don't trust them in a court case, so we're not going to prosecute.
Wait, that's what set it off yesterday?
Yeah, that's what kicked off as you walked in, Tony. So, like,
what?
This shit where if the DOJ doesn't give certain officers an easy W, they refuse to even go to court now, is trickling all the way down.
BCSO needs to be wiped. I mean, just straight up.
I mean, this was one of their captains, and then one of their lieutenants melted down in the meeting yesterday. Nino, the MRPD meeting yesterday.
Wait,
like literally. It was fucking. I had to have a conversation with Princess about it because I'm like, look, I've been invited to sit in on the panel to help pick the new sheriff. I'm like, look, they are not in a good place with the DOJ right now.
What?
If they're publicly going to try to go...
Wait, how are they not in a good spot?
They literally said...
They don't even need to make legal arguments right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
When is the last time we went to a court case where there was like a good legal argument that was presented?
The level of incompetence right now is wild, and you know that, right? On the prosecution side.
Yeah.
But literally, the meltdown that we just saw in that meeting yesterday...
Can we run it back? Can we? I need context. I feel like I'm missing.
So, this individual found downed in an area.
What's the court case, just so I can pull it up?
It's the appeal, Leon Edwards.
Oh my God,
so
bro! What the fuck
is charged with gang-related shooting? He serves his 100 months. He gets out, he finds a lawyer, the lawyer FOIAs all the records, the lawyer writes up a docketed case to ask for an appeal. A judge enters that, right? They motion for a summary judgment, the lawyer rebuts, I assess it all. I read through the reports. I assess whether or not this should go to court. I decide.
Oh, and he says I'm just dropping the charges.
And then they just pull out. They're just like, yeah, okay. Skip. And then public. So Doc got up in the meeting and made an announcement.
You should only be pressing charges if you can fucking back that shit.
Defend them, right? Yeah, if you're willing to defend them.
Wait, is that what Doc said?
Serve their time. So Doc got up and was like, "Hey, look, if you're gonna push charges, defend them in court."
Exactly.
Right? Didn't mention any names. Didn't say anything. Just like, "Hey, look, if you're gonna do this, be prepared to go to court."
Oh, that's
Alice Watson melted the fuck down. Hey, if you're gonna fucking subtweet me, fucking say it to my face, drag me away. Okay, she wasn't happy.
Oh my god, I should have been there yesterday.
Bruce Collins kicked off and was all like, "Hey, look, if we put all the evidence on the docket and you're not just willing to rule our way, you're incompetent. You don't know what you're doing."
Who said that?
Got up and fucking Bruce Collins. So I got up and just.
Bruce is fucking. When's the last time that guy's presented a decent case?
Has he ever?
No, he's in ICU every time, and then Aaron's got to do the work.
True.
So yeah, I was pissed yesterday.
I don't understand. Like, these people are a danger to San Andreas.
Because he's my point, Nino, right? I don't even know which way I'd rule, but I know this. About 4 months ago, the BCSO were all over everybody in the judiciary harassing us about gang-related shooting. They weren't happy with the charge. They don't like how it works. They feel like it's too vague. And I'm like, okay,
so
here's a
legislate it.
I can. This is it, right? Either you write legislation, or hey, I get to look at a case where it's a fringe case that deals with the specific wording.
Yeah, and you pass case law.
Shooting, and they just skip me instead of giving me the opportunity to fix shit. Like,
oh my god, I so wish I was there yesterday. More and more, I listen. Oh my god, not is any of this. Can I get a can I get a full breakdown of yesterday's events from? Is there
the meeting? Doc would be like he's like, you know, he's just an officer, right? He'll give you a honest assessment of what happened.
Oh my god, I need to start showing up on Wednesdays. That's so insane.
Yeah.
You hear what he said when I walked up there though, when they kind of called out my case, and I was just like, hey guys, if you gotta air something out, air it out in court. And one of the comments that Bruce made was like, oh yeah, so you could just lie and make up stuff in court or something like that, to that effect. He was saying when we go to court, we just lie and basically make up shit as we go.
When is the last time? Oh my lord, I don't understand. Okay, I feel like they lost their ability to manipulate the DOJ to do. See, the problem is this is what happens when we had elements of the DOJ coddling BCSO, where they were just giving them free victories and changing the law to make their life easy, because all it did is create a bunch of quote-unquote law enforcement officers that only know how to take reasonable suspicion and expect that's enough to get beyond a reasonable doubt, right? I think this happened. You're in jail. It's completely destroyed the fabric of law and order, I think, and now we just gotta fix it all. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's standard slipped, entitlement raised, right? They feel entitled to victories now.
It's so weird. It's so, like, oh my god.
But that's the other thing, right? It's like, so, I mean, you know, Nino, you're a lawyer. Like, there's something about court that's a sport, right? It is the prosecution versus the defense. I, as a judge, I'm just a fucking referee. Like, that's all I am. I'm there to make a decision at the end. Like, did you do a good enough job? But they see us, and they literally said this in the meeting yesterday, they see us as an adversary. They see us as an obstacle to be overcome to get to victory.
But
like, dude, I don't think
how,
about you that
though?
much. I don't care that much.
But Grayson, let's say that's Where has the DOJ ruled against law enforcement in the last 6 months that would make them even hold this position? The DOJ as an institute literally like rewrote the penal code in their favor, has altered legislation illegally. So why would they in any, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Because anytime they get any pushback at all, it feels like oppression now, right? Because they're so
like
privileged.
like a personal attack.
So I take a court case and I turn down a motion on the docket. Well, I'm the fucking enemy and I can't be trusted, right? Or like when Gates fucking ruled against him.
Sorry about that. The massive fly in the nose.
When Gates, you know, the Pred case didn't go the way they wanted, but they didn't put a fucking argument together.
No, they didn't. They had fucking what's his face show up, Nakota, and say, "Oh, this." They didn't have. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, like how are you entitled to a victory when you don't do any work?
Present an argument. Yeah, this needs to stop. Man, that's cooked. Well, BCSO, I honestly, they just need to get wiped. All this pre-crying, all this threats about people don't want to work in this environment bullshit. The whole notion that if the wrong person's a sheriff, they're not going to show up to work. There just needs to fuck them. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
There's plenty of cops. There's too many cops to get around. You don't want those bad cops. Fuck everyone.
Yeah, if you're not willing to prosecute your cases, if you're not willing to do your fucking job, if you're not willing to show up regardless of who you're
Sorry, it's
boss,
ice,
you
chat.
think
Sorry.
I like my bosses, Nino. Just come to work. You know, like it doesn't matter. You just do your fucking job.
Well, it's this whole thing. It's like you said, it's privilegedness. But and what's concerning about it, it's privilege above others, right? Fuck the person who just got hit with $500,000 fine. Fuck the person getting a record. Fuck their goddamn rights. No, we need the victory. For what? So you can buy a new fucking engine? Bro, fucking get the plague, motherfucker.
The plague is not fun. It's not fun.
No, and that's why I want some of these motherfuckers to get it, quite frankly. They fucking wherever
I've been nasty for a month with it, man. It's not fun.
Right, I need to dash myself. I gotta go prep for this Revival Records event at courts.
Oh, yes, of course.
I don't think I've got any business updates for you guys, but
All
if any of you guys do want to come to the event or you do need me, just give me a call.
Yep. All right. Appreciate you, Junior.
All right.
Have a great day, Junior.
Safe.
Everybody have a good one.
It's so disappointing. That's the best. Disappointing. Okay.
I think this is what happens when the system's allowed to be what it's been, right? Like it's trickled down from the top. Like I think it all ties together. You know, you've got the DOJ making bad decisions, which reinforces their ability to the PD's ability to feel entitled to victories and entitled to, the easy dub. And
with
then
no
the second
work.
they're held accountable, it's an issue. Yeah.
I'm so confused. So, because you wanted to go to court, they dropped the charges?
That's all I've got to go off, right? And then, but like literally, Bruce said in the meeting, we can't trust the DOJ to make reasonable decisions. You had all the evidence.
They're not
and you
judges.
So. I know.
How do they get to... They're not judges. They're fucking law enforcement.
So basically, it's going to turn to anytime anybody raises their hand and says, I'd like a trial or to appeal, what are they going to do? Just skip at that point.
I'm so...
They're entitled to their $3,500 an hour.
every time Bruce
Yes,
has
sir.
entered on a
All their
docket,
money.
the
Sorry, wrong
automatic
Bruce.
thing is-
I am calling the
Right.
dumbass.
Okay, bye-bye.
Right.
he's always motioned to dismiss every case he's jumped on because he just wants to hit skip. Did the same with every case he's jumped on mine. And he continues to do it even on Robin's cases as well. Just by saying, look at the evidence, it's all there. It's self-evident.
I don't understand. Is he not? Are they not able to describe, like, articulate their probable cause based on the evidence they themselves are gathering? I just,
They think
it's
they're probably-
so
the reasonable suspicion is
hurts
probably
my
wrong.
head. Was this your case, Tony?
Wait, I'm just saying, no, he was just doing the case that he dropped out of. No, I think that was Paul's because Paul and I were working initially.
Michael,
But once he got his full, I was just in a supporting role.
in our priority list, let's start paying lawyers for taking on cases that are in the benefit of civilians. And that means ACRs and whatnot. I think that's probably just smart in general, is that we pay for their time if we sign off on it type shit. You know what I mean? So
I'll be frank with you guys because, you know, why not? I literally referred this to a marshal about dereliction of duty. I think if you're going to send somebody to jail, it's your duty to go to a fucking court case.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand why these people cry all day and don't write legislation.
You do the fucking job, yeah. Fix things, yeah.
I don't understand how they don't go to a bench trial, understand the ruling, then they have a choice to appeal it, or they have a choice to update their SOPs, and then they know what they should be doing. I don't understand why there's all these dog shit law enforcement officers and members of command or higher that don't have a functioning, like, are so lazy that they're making themselves, like, you know what, like, it's so easy to be a fucking cop nowadays. Like, it's not, they have the avenues, they refuse to do it. It's pure laziness.
And it's a telling sign where they make an announcement about Terry frisking, so.
It's a telling sign Bobby can't articulate reasonable suspicion.
Oh yeah, but that's just Bobby. That's part of the course. But I mean, like, if you have to tell all of PD how to do a Terry frisk during an announcement, fundamentally something's broken.
Well, I'm kind of like, but we're talking about, isn't Bruce like a fucking captain?
Lieutenant.
That's,
Alice Watson's a captain. So it was a captain and a lieutenant kicking off.
Why are they crying? Do they, is their expectation of their job just pretend they're doing work? Like,
I think they think their rank entitles them to easy, you know, like more weight in their argument. But, you know, you still got to make an argument.
I don't even think it's that. Just seeing how Bruce has always acted on every docket case, it's just they think, but here's the evidence. It proves our point. You don't have to listen to the other side.
These are just shit cops is the problem. Like, your basic role as law enforcement is articulation of RSPC, not just fucking clicking the button that sends people to jail. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I have a good way of explaining how I feel about this, but it's like an if I speak moment, if I'm going to be honest.
So, yeah, I mean, my issue with it is, like, gang-related shootings are 100 months in jail,
like,
right?
this isn't...
Ignore the fucking fine. The fine is what it is, right? It's 100 months in jail.
Bro, I'm so, like...
They found somebody. They're like, hey, you're affiliated. You're going to jail for gang-related shooting. They're happy to put that man in a fucking cage. But the second somebody's like, hey, why'd you do that? It's like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Why are people getting mad?
It's foundationally just
like,
so wrong,
like,
it's wild.
Bro. All right. Michael, I think we got to go and cook. I don't want to get too wound up. But you know, slowly but surely. Hopefully, Princess, it just wipes that department because I think that's what it needs. Start from
I was
scratch.
trying to do it yesterday, so like once the interviews start, I'll be there, and hopefully we can.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna put them all when the interviews happen. I'm gonna ask them about this situation, whoever the sheriff like options are, and I want them to explain what they would do with officers who pull this shit.
Agreed. I think I wouldn't have been bothered by them pulling the charges if it wasn't what came after the fact, right?
Yeah, it's the public meltdown that's the
Yeah.
but yeah.
Because it could be like, hey, we didn't have any time. You know, we re-reviewed it. We thought our case was shaky. Fine. But you attach it to the public meltdown, it's literally screaming like there's a bigger issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go get food. I'll see you guys around.
Bro.
Also, Nino, I just realized there was a question I want to ask, but not in front of Grayson and them.
Mm-hmm.
We can walk and talk. It should be a quick yes or no question. But
Yep.
Raccoon got sent up for a second aiding and abetting, but they didn't set his fine in time through a trial. They just gave him what he was given the first time.
Tonight?
Tonight, yeah,
Too
I've
much
got, like,
for me
10
to
minutes
think about right now.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I'm gonna be
10
honest.
minutes
Holy
before
cow.
I got-
It was barely
I
over.
tried
Not that
to
I don't
skip
care.
the process, so
Not that I don't
much.
care. It's just too
That's
much.
come up, unfortunately.
My brain's
Too much
full right now.
Okay.
I've not added
Yeah.
certain
So-
pieces of legislation to the
I'll save it for
combination
later.
yet.
I was wondering if we could throw it out just because they skipped the due
I wanna
process
work
part. But
on
I think you can make that
skills
argument,
and
and as you
light
should.
traffic.
well, Nino, I'll be take it easy, all right? Have a good
All
one.
right. I appreciate it.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt, so whenever you guys are done, I'm gonna be right over here. I just want to have a quick chat about something.
Honestly, how the information goes is it's going to be probably a little bit different, but the exercise you went through is like massively helpful.
I put that together in